Hello and welcome to YHELPtalk with Taylor. In honor of Women's History Month and College Month, today we are discussing the importance of women and education with Felecia, a scientist and manager of EPA. Hi.
Hey.
So tell us about yourself and your organization.
So again, like you said, my name is Felecia, and I'm a scientist and manager at the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. There I work in the Office of Water. And in my office, we work hard to ensure that the water that comes from your faucet is safe to drink.
What inspired you to attend college and what major did you study?
So, from a young age, my parents, who never attended college, encouraged my siblings and me to pursue a higher education. They always talked about its importance, and they wanted us to have the best life possible and believe that college was the best way to achieve that. When I was in college, I majored in chemistry. I originally wanted to major in biology. I always wanted to do something in science, but I wanted to major in biology, but my college professor or advisor talked to me about how there are just so few women in chemistry. And so that got me to change my major.
Did you pledge in college? And if so, what are the benefits of pledging?
Yes, I did. I'm a member of Delta Sigma Theta sorority, which is the largest Black sorority in the world. There's over 350,000 members, and there's over 900 chapters that are located all over the world. There are just so many benefits to pledging a sorority or fraternity. You'll often hear about parties and having fun. And yes, that's a part of it because, there is a focus on sisterhood and brotherhood. But there's also a public service and scholarship component to it. These organizations put a strong emphasis on leadership. And, as a member of a sorority or fraternity, you're able to accomplish so much more with the help and support of others with similar goals. And it also allows for you to have a professional and a social network that is worldwide. I tell you a quick story. One of my coworkers told me a story of how she was sick. She fell sick on a trip for work, and she was in Texas. And her mother, who was in Georgia, put out a call on social media and said, "Hey, my daughter is sick in the hospital." And she said to her sorority sisters, "Hey, somebody please go check on her until I can get there." And within an hour, there were a lot of sorority sisters who showed up at the hospital bringing food and flowers and supported her. So those are some of the benefits of pledging, of being in a sorority or fraternity.
What made you pursue a STEM career?
So, I've always been fascinated with science and math. Growing up, I just really loved completing science fair projects and trying to understand how things work. If I was a young girl today, I would be curious about how am I able to talk through my computer to you? Or how can an app tell me how to get to the beach? So it's just something that's always fascinated me. But what really set me on a road to a career in science was my 10th grade science teacher. His name was Mr. Sasser. He always made science fun, and more importantly, he showed me how the classwork things that we were learning in class was related to real life.
Do you think that your field is a male-dominant industry?
Yes, it is. Absolutely. Although the numbers are climbing steadily, women make up only 28% of the workforce in STEM, which of course is science, technology, engineering, and math. And men also outnumber women in majoring in most STEM fields in college. And this has panned out in my career as well. There were many times where I was at a meeting at work and I was the only woman in the room.
Why do you think young men are encouraged more to pursue STEM careers than young women?
You know, this has just baffled me for years. And I remember reading that in several studies, they asked kids to draw a picture of a scientist. And boys, but also surprisingly, the little girls were more likely to draw a picture of a man in a lab coat. And so I think that there's a stereotype of what a scientist is, and that continues today. But, I feel very confident that things are changing. We have movies like Hidden Figures, which told the story of 3 African-American women scientists. If those types of movies can continue to be made, it will go a long way. I mean, that movie really highlighted the important contributions of women to science.
As a minority, a Black woman, how did you overcome adversity in your life and career?
As a young woman, early in my career, I often didn't speak up. But as I grew older, I understand now how important it is, to be at the table and to be heard. I also sought out other women as mentors and supporters for me. There are just so many women out there now who have paved the way and who you can turn to for assistance.
Why is it critical for young women to further their education and training?
This is so important. It's just a really, really great question. It's so important because it's important to invest in yourself and to provide more meaning, variety, and purpose to your life. Furthering your education will give you greater personal satisfaction. It'll allow you to be independent. And more importantly, it opens up your world. When you feel passionate about something, you want to immerse yourself in that topic, and education will give you the space to do so. In addition, you might even find new passions or new areas of interest within your field of study.
What advice would you give to young women about overcoming obstacles?
I would tell young ladies that when they face challenges, to find someone to talk it through with them. And if you don't have that, there's great platforms like this platform, YHELP, that is also a great resource to help you when you're faced with these obstacles. But when you do face something, it's just important to weigh the consequences of what would happen if you dealt with the issue versus what would happen if you ignored it. And I will let them know that obstacles will always be a part of life in every stage, and that the most successful people are those who got hit by obstacles, but stood up, started again, and learned their right turns from their wrong turns to be successful. I would tell them to read more about the women highlighted in the movie Hidden Figures, because they faced so many obstacles, but they were still able to achieve great things. And finally, I would also say, look at somebody like Vice President Kamala Harris, who is the first woman, the first African American, the first Asian American to hold that office. I just know that the next generation of women will know that there are no barriers to achieving whatever they set their mind to.
Well, thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And is there anything else you would like to say to our viewers?
I just like to say, just always keep trying, never give up. Though there's so much in this world for you to do, and never, limit yourself. There's just the world is your oyster, and just go for it. And I'd also like for people to support the United Negro College Fund. It allows awards scholarships to needy students. It financially supports historically Black colleges and universities, and it advocates for policies to remove barriers to higher education.
Okay, well, we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Hey, don't click out the video yet. Did you like, comment, and subscribe? And also, be sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at YHELPNow. And don't forget to check out my blogs at YHELPNow.com. See you later. Bye.